Good evening. Welcome to Kids Above All's fourth annual Stand Up for Kids Comedy Night. It's great to see everybody here tonight. Thank you so much for your support and for tuning in. We have over 130 people in attendance tonight, an incredible amount of support. This is our most successful Stand Up for Kids Comedy Night ever. And this is our fourth year doing this event. My name is Dan Katowski, and I'm the president and CEO of Kids Above All. On behalf of the 2,488 children and families we impact each and every day, just wanted to thank you so much for tuning in and really, really are so grateful for all of your support. This is a big night for us. We love this event because this is a chance to showcase some of the greatest comedic talent in the U.S., if not the world, and they're here tonight to perform and raise awareness and raise funds for our programs at Kids Above All. And speaking of Kids Above All, we're an organization that's dedicated to building better lives for children and families so they can realize their full potential. And we do that by making sure we protect and educate and heal kids who've suffered through trauma due to poverty and violence and systemic inequity and injustice so they can build better lives. And our programs that we provide these services through our early childhood education, foster care and adoption, and housing for housing insecure young adults and teenagers. And all of these programs come together to make Kids Above All. But Kids Above All would not be special if not for all the support that we have, that we get each and every day from the hard work, the resilience, and dedication of our team. We have one of the best teams, if not the best team that's out there. So if you're out there tuning in, if you're watching Team Kids Above All, raise your hand, give a little wave. We're so grateful for you. We so appreciate the work you do each and every day. Suffice it to say, this has been an extraordinarily challenging and difficult year, but you continue to show up each and every day so we could realize our mission of building better lives for kids and families. So we can't thank you enough for all of your work, for all of your effort. Much appreciation to you. And speaking of standing up and stepping up for kids, we have an incredible lineup tonight. We have, like I said, we have three of the best comedians on the planet. We have Patti Vasquez, Warren B. Hall, and Rocky Laporte. They are comedians who could have been anywhere else in the world tonight, really. They chose to be here with us, and we're so grateful for their support, their participation, and the fact that they are a part of Team Kids Above All. And so you're going to be laughing for a solid hour. I'm independent of what you're hearing from me tonight, but you're going to be laughing for a solid hour. So for those of you who may have, little heart conditions or anything like that, who have any other sort of challenges, make sure you have a little bottle of aspirin next to you. Take the bottle, or take a little pill. If you're feeling a heart palpitation or any kind of struggle, take it. It's just a great way of staving off an imminent, potential life-threatening disaster. And if anything happens to you, we waive all liability in advance of the show. So please just outstandingly enjoy this show and what they're offering you today. We really appreciate it. So just a little reminder, we have some great things tonight. Not only do we have awesome comedy, we have a raffle prize. And this raffle prize is a 4-night, 2-person round trip, airfare included, to the beautiful Fairmont Kilani Hotel in Maui. You can purchase your tickets until 7:45 Central Standard Time tonight on our website at kidsaboveall.org. Kidsaboveall.org for the chance to win this trip to Maui. The raffle tickets cost 1 for $75 or 2 for $125. See what we did there? If you buy 2, you increase your chances and it's less costly. So get the second one. 2 for $125, you increase your chance to go to Maui, have an awesome time, and just please encourage your family and friends to go out, kidsaboveall.org, and a chance to participate and support our efforts. Little shout out right now to all of our sponsors. We have people who've been incredibly, incredibly generous and supportive, and they are each and every year. And they've stepped up and they've stood up for kids each year to make sure we have an event that is unparalleled And it's an event that each year is just a way of making sure that we are have a night of enjoyment, a night of laughter. And so our sponsors have done that. You saw them come across the screen. We had more sponsors this year than last year and more than the year before. Like I said, we have more than 130 people participating. We've raised more money this year so far than last year and the year before. So this has been absolutely fantastic. We're so grateful for that. And so one quick reminder, before this gets started, all attendees will be muted during the show. So, but feel free to use the chat function to interact respectfully with each other and the performers. If you want to say something positive about the host, nice little comment about like how I look or something positive about anything that I do, please post in the chat. If you have something negative to say, we'll talk about it at Thanksgiving. We get in person. So thank you so much. Any family members who are paying attention. All right, so let's get started. Big night tonight. And our first comedian is someone who's a great friend of Kids Above All. Patti Vasquez is incomparable. I don't use that word lightly. She's incomparable. She's been a huge supporter with us, and she helped start Kids Above All's Stand Up for Kids Comedy Night. She's done a fantastic job. She helps to recruit the comedians to get them involved. And you may have seen her on her work on Chicago Fire. If you watch that show, it's a great show. She should have been nominated for that performance on it. She's also a host of WCPT radio, and she does a fabulous job there. She should be nominated for that as well. Just nominate her. She's a dear friend. She's a fierce, fierce advocate for children. She's an outstanding human being. Please welcome the one, the only Patti Vasquez.
Hello. Thanks for Thank you. Tina Katowski, who is always so generous and such a warrior and a fierce fighter for our kids, for families. I'm so excited that you guys are here. I mean, not here. It's weird that you're not here. We're sad. As comedians, we feed off of your energy, even if it's bad energy, because we have something to react to. And here, like the crew here at all Kids Above All, obviously always wonderful, but they're also kind of like, we should probably laugh, right? Because so that they are enjoying themselves. We do miss you and look forward to gathering with you again sometime soon. I was not a hugger as much before the pandemic. Like if people would hug me, I'm like, oh, we're hugging, because there are huggers who they come in aggressively. And I'm kind of I guess we're hugging. But now I need the hugs. So, not like randomly, let me know you're coming in for a hug. So if you see me in public, and I haven't seen you for a while, because now everything's out of context. I don't know if you're having the sensation where our memories are playing tricks on us. Like I remember loving my husband more. I love him a lot. It's just, I've been on lockdown with him for a year, and I need some space. Let me give you an example of how close we have gotten during the pandemic. He will say, hey, I'm gonna go to the basement to do some laundry, which is incredible. I think that's a great thing to hear a man say, is I'm going to go do some laundry. I wish that he would also put it away, but that's a story for another day. But he will walk out our back door of the kitchen and say, I'll be right back, and then start calling me from the stairs. I don't know what happens from the door closing where he thinks of something else that he hasn't had the chance to say, where we've been together in about 700 square feet for the last 15 months. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I miss you all so much. I don't know about anybody else, but I started driving a lot just by myself, because how wonderful was it to not have traffic? That was my favorite thing. It was spectacular. And what I've seen recently is that while there were folks that maybe were, playing fast and loose with traffic rules, wow, all bets are off, because people have forgotten how to use their turn signals. I don't know if you guys use those. I use them all the time. Here's why. I like to let people know what's going to happen next. I like them to know that I will no longer be traveling in the same direction you are. I'm going to need to get over. Whereas people now are just like, I'm getting over. And I'm not having a good time with that. In part, the problem that I have, and I don't know if I'm the only one with this. I don't think I am. I daydream when I drive. I don't know if anyone else does that. We're like, oh my God, I'm driving. I totally forgot. I will get places and be like, I have no idea how this happened. I love to drive, though. I don't miss flying, because when you travel, you're always trying to find the bargain. You're trying to find the best airline fares, right? And you will end up on sites like Spirit Airlines, for example. And, they give you all, like, you can join a club for $9. You'll get these great discounts and you can join our club. The club is to join to get charged for every single thing along the way. They will charge you for check bags, carry-on bags, and both sides of the seatbelts. So, and the weird thing is mid-flight, the pilot will come around and pass his hat around and say, would you like to land safely? Would you like to land safely? Would you like to land safely? I realized on my last flight, because I am one of those people that pays attention to the flight attendant when they do the emergency instructions. And most people don't. It freaks them out, by the way. If you make eye contact with a flight attendant when they're doing the instructions, they don't know what to do because no one cares what they're saying. But the last flight I took was Spirit Airlines. I'm like, oh, that's why it's called Spirit Airlines. Because she said, in case of emergency, we're all going to die. So I know that I'm being harsh on Spirit Airlines, but here's really why. This is the sound that has woken me up in the middle of the night sometimes. This is what my plane sounded like pushing away from the jetway on Spirit Airlines. It went. I'm sorry, but that is a plane that doubts itself. That is a plane that is telling you exactly how it feels. We're not gonna make it. Don't make me go. I do miss traveling and seeing different parts of the country, but I love my city so much that I'm good with being here and getting to see the places I've missed for a year, the restaurants, the museums, the lines at the post office. I mean, I don't miss those, but I'm back and deodorant is still optional, so that's fine. I will say one of the things that I'm glad that you're not here because I'm not ready to wear high heels. I'm not ready to get dressed up. Like right now, I can see myself. I'm like, that's a lot of makeup. I forgot how to do my makeup in the pandemic. So I apologize if this seems a little, I know I keep looking at myself like that's a lot. Although I did not have to wear Spanx for you. I mean, I would have. I just didn't think you would care. Not that you would care before, but you probably should know. And maybe you don't know what Spanx are. They're body shapers that are made out of elastic and hate. You can feel the hate stitched right into them. We women wear them because we get self-conscious about things called a muffin top. If you don't know what a muffin top is, it's that little part that kind of goes over the jeans. I don't know why they call it a muffin top because muffins are moist and delicious. And this is jiggly and has to be rinsed well. When I'm in the shower, it's like an awning. I can't. I'm wearing jeans right now. I usually don't because I just can't. They're not made for women. Jeans are made for some 12-year-old boy in China who's just wandering around going, where are my pants? And he has an English accent. I know that sounds silly, but I like to think that his parents sent him to boarding school in England so he wouldn't have to make my pants. I know it's the way my mind works. And now you're learning too much about me. Also that I still talk too fast. I have a lot of voices in my head. This is the first one that gets out. Like right now I'm talking to you and also thinking, wow, maybe I should have worn less eyeliner because I can see it. It's freaking me out a little bit. I think that we are all kind of self-conscious about how we look because we've been away from each other for so long. I also know that I have put on some weight and I'm okay with that. You know why? Because it means that I survived. I think that's the part we all have to embrace is like, you know what? However I came out of this, I survived. Also, I've been trying to eat better because for the last year, I've been eating local, shopping local, and local tends to have a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs and it's all fried and I love it and it's been fun. Also, maybe eating too many potato chips. I can tell that because I keep buying things that I hope will replace potato chips, but they just make me angry that they're not potato chips. I like crispy, crunchy okra. No, not potato chips. Flaxseed crackers. No. And you want to know who the real imposters are? Those plantain chips. They are supposed to like I was supposed to eat this and go, oh, this is just like a Lay's or a Jay's or a Ruffles. Or you can see, I'll even eat a Pringles. I will stick my hand in that stupid can and eat all of those chips. What I'm saying is I've eaten a lot. And my mother, for those of you who maybe have joined us for some of these shows before, you know that my mother always has issues with the way I look, in particular, how much I weigh. My mother is a beautiful woman who immigrated here from Mexico in 1968 and apparently thought she was going to have a daughter when she had me, thought that I should basically stay that same weight. I'm not sure what she expected because she will say things like, you know, when I was your age, I had 4 children and I didn't weigh as much as you do now. And I'm like, I didn't know we were having a you then, me now competition, but I'm looking forward to see how this turns out. And I will still ask for her, like, I seek her approval. I will go downstairs because she lives with us. Every man's dream come true is to live with his mother-in-law. And I will go downstairs and be like, Mommy, I got a new dress. What do you think? She goes, oh my God, you are not going to believe this. For the first time in your entire life, you look good. Which I know sounds harsh, but I was like, I will take it. This is so exciting. And then I turned around and she goes, never mind. Which I know that it also sounds painful, but I was like, I will still take that first thing. But I asked her, I'm like, what happened when I turned around? And she goes, I can see your bra. And I was like, do you mean my dress is see-through, which would be a problem? No. Oh, why'd you keep asking me these questions? I'm saying I can see your back fat coming over the top of the bra and under the bra. So I should have just walked away and taken the never mind as a win. This really, and I know that people, like, they hear me do my mom's voice, but this was the sort of the music of my childhood, was her accent. And I love that I grew up with a woman who worked so hard to be successful in the United States and has been really such a big influence on my life. And when I do her accent, she gets it. It is in part a tribute. It's also a little bit of therapy, which is healthy. I think that we all need therapy. I just tend to use the stage and the microphone for mine, and do her voice. And I think it connects people to the story that I have, because we all have these unique stories, right? For me, my story, when I say that I'm Mexican and my dad was Irish, people will say things like Irish and Mexican. How did that happen? And I always think, what are they asking for pictures? I don't know what to tell people. I'm very proud of my heritage, of my family. And for me, it's like, what were the chances, right? Because my father was a cab driver in Chicago for 50 years. And my mother, her very first day in the country, she arrived at O'Hare Airport and she got into his cab. That's how they met. I mean, what were the chances, right? Apparently 100%. But we didn't know that before she got into the cab. And I think it's epic, but they never made it seem like it was romantic. They always made it seem like somebody had lost a bet. My dad would say things like, if I'd known your mom was a crazy broad, I'd been like, catch a yellow checker, all right? And my mom said it was the only time in my entire life your father ever held the door open for me. And that's really what their relationship was like. They were in love with each other, just never at the same time. And my father was, he had a way of, he was old Chicago, right? He was like, everything was a fin and a sawbuck. And he would say things like over by there. And every sentence ended in a preposition, like, where's the party at? Who you going with? What time's the party going to end at? And he just had that way about him, and he loved, and my parents were so different. My mother loved to, loves to go to the theater and the opera, whereas my dad loves to go to the racetrack. He loved to play poker till 6 a.m. My mother eats like tofu and seaweed, which is a gross thing. But my dad would eat liver and onions with mayonnaise on rye. Ugh. And what else? Oh, my dad hated Mexicans, which was awkward. He would say things like, Democrats let too many immigrants into the country. I'm like, she's sitting right there. And my dad didn't care. He'd be like, see what I mean? Right in my own living room. And it was a very strange childhood, all these different voices. And by the way, my mother changes her mind about immigration all the time. Like one day she'll be like, oh my God, let them all stay. There's no hope in Mexico. Give them all amnesty. And the next day she'll be like, oh my God, there are too many. Close the gates. And she doesn't mind saying these things in public. We were at Lincoln Park Zoo and we saw a Mexican man wearing a shirt that said, we were here first. And she said, what time did you get here? The zoo only opens at 9:00. Ooh, did you see the penguins before everybody else, Mr. Big Shot? And I do. I tease her a little bit about her accent, but my mother has been the rock around which my family has been able to survive, not just a pandemic, but before that. I have two beautiful boys. It's hard to say now that they are 15 and 17, but they are the lights of my life. And Griffin, who's about to go off to college next year, and Declan, who you know is a beautiful boy who has his own challenges. He's part of they both inspire me to do the work that we do with Kids Above All. So it's been an honor. It's a little weird. We're on this weird set in a cafeteria, and we look forward to joining you all in person again soon. I want to thank Senator Dan Katowski for all the hard work, and I'm so proud that my friends were willing to join me in this experiment of comedy. So thank you all so much, and please open your hearts, but more importantly, open your wallets for the great work that they do at Kids Above All. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Isn't that right? Yeah. Another round of applause for Patti Vasquez. She was just absolutely outstanding, as she always is. Just a quick reminder, again, that we have a raffle prize to Maui. So please go to kidsaboveall.org, make a contribution. One raffle ticket for $75, two for $125. You're going to double your chance to go to Maui. Person you're going to take a person of your dreams, whatever, or some of you just met. No judgment here, but go. Increase your chance of going to Maui. So now we have our second comedian, Warren B. Hall. So we're so excited about having Warren. His career has taken him to every major comedy club in the U.S. Plus, he's performed for dry bar comedy, as well as for our troops overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan, not just once, not twice, but 5 times. And we're so lucky to have him here tonight. Please help me welcome Warren B. Hall.
This is happening. They're adjusting me. Good. This is weird. I'm gonna say it. This is weird. No one else wants to say it. This is weird. Television. I don't know what the camera is. Here's the thing. There's a guy actually showing me where the camera is. Hilarious. This is my first ever Zoom comedy show. This will be the last one. Why, people ask? Because I'm a comedy purist. If I'm gonna be heckled, I want to be heckled the right way, the old-fashioned way, by some 22-year-old woman who's drunk in the front. When I tell her, shut up, her friends go, it's her birthday. It's her birthday. Let her be 26. That's how it's supposed to happen. That's organic. That's what I want to happen to me. I don't want this way. This is weird. I don't know if I'm being heckled by accident. All right? Some woman's not even talking to me. She's yelling at her husband, check the pantry. Check the pantry. What were you saying? Right? That's what I get here. So this is now that I kind of wonder, do women do that on purpose? Was it even her birthday? Is that just something women say? If anything happens, it's my birthday. Everybody, Sharon's birthday tonight. Code red. Sharon's birthday. Got pulled over by the cops. You know how fast you were going? Girl in the passenger seat. It's her birthday. You let her run a red light. It's her birthday. I don't know. This is This is it. This is happening. We're doing this, folks. I'm glad to be here. If you don't know, comedy has changed a lot in the last 11 months, like a lot. It used to be before the show, the manager would come up and he'd go, hey, do me a favor. Try not to curse too much. Now I guess he's got bigger fish to fry. Because I got here and they were like, look, just don't mention the president. Or the last president, or any president ever, which is funny to me because we're comics. That's what we do. We talk about who's ever in charge. We talk about the leader of the country. I'm not going to split the room or the screen, however you guys work this. I don't want to split the room. I'll say this. I think as intelligent people, we all vote the same, right? You always vote for whoever is the lesser of two evils, right? Can we all agree on that? Shake your screen. Clap that thing. Thank you. A lot of you are wrong. I'm not gonna say which half. I still want to work here. I still want to get paid. But I think it was a weird election because there was a lot going on. Usually there's 2 people running. There's 4 people running. This time we had 23 different people running for president. That's never happened before. Okay, 23. At one point, Oprah Winfrey, talk show host, was thinking about actually running, and people wanted her to win. They were mainly people in prison. Because they hope she'd be like, you get a pardon and you get a pardon. You in the electric chair, reach under your seat, you get a pardon. I don't know. I don't know if that's really how it works, actually, but we're here now, you know. And as comics, that's what we do. We make fun of who's ever in charge. I think the Bushes had to deal with it, Clinton, Reagan, probably Kennedy, probably even George Washington. You figure? No? You guys don't think they're in Washington's time? There wasn't some black comic working the slave circuit? Comes out all shackled. George Washington. That wooden tooth mother. You don't think that? Yeah. No? Maybe in the back. 2 ale minimum, maybe. I wish you guys could have seen their face. Like, hey, don't laugh at that. Don't laugh. The chick from HR is right over there. Don't laugh at that joke. This is good. We're here, though. We're here. I think most comics talk about the things that are dividing the country right now. I'm trying to talk about things that are bringing us together. COVID-19 has taught me things. I didn't know this, but there are some of you who actually only poop at your own house. I didn't know that. That's amazing. You poop only. I'm a comic. I don't have that luxury to go, well, I'll hold it for 4 weeks till I get back. I can't do that. So to poop at my own house, I've pooped in a lot of unsavory poop palaces. Okay. Here's what COVID-19 taught me. You have not pooped until you have pooped while wearing a face mask. Just sitting in the stall by yourself. And the whole time I'm thinking, we should have been doing this for years. Think about it. We've been willingly taking the stench of other people. Why would you do that? When I'm home alone, I still wear it. If I see my kids' feet run by the door, I'm like, I'm your father. They never get my references, though. You know how your kids are? They don't get your references. I think I'm funny. They don't get it. I have a 5-year-old in the house. I'm showering, minding my own business. Anyone who has a 5-year-old knows 5-year-old, they're the law. They do what they want, right? So I'm in the shower. All of a sudden, he just pulls the curtain open. I'm not expecting it. It's like, ah. And he goes, just nods at me. So I think I'll be funny. So I start grabbing the knobs. I'm like, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I am the great and powerful Oz. And he goes, you gonna make these waffles or what? They don't get it. I asked my mom, I said, Mom, when you were younger, you were poor, so you guys kind of had to stay home. What did you guys do then? And she said, here's what you do. You fill up the gas tank, you take a road trip with the family. She goes, here's what's important. Sometimes you want to remember to take a road trip with the wife, just you and the wife. Anyone who's married in a relationship knows sometimes a road trip could make or break your relationship. Okay. If road trips with your wife was a poem, it would start out, it was the best of road trips. It was the worst of road trips. It's different. So one time my wife starts out hardcore right off the bat. She starts out with, you know what your problem is? And I was like, really? That's where we're starting? I couldn't get out of the garage first, maybe? Get to the freeway where it's too late to turn around. This is what we're doing? But she said it with a smirk. So I thought, okay, I'll play along. What is my problem? And she goes, you're not brave. That doesn't make sense. I go, I fought your last boyfriend to get you. You've seen me fight. You know that I fight. She goes, no, that's not what I mean. Because I mean, whenever we go to a restaurant, you always get the same thing. You don't try new food. You're not brave. I was telling my girlfriends that the other day. And I'm like, you got to stop telling people that. Because my wife doesn't tell full stories. So I know her talking to her friend. She's like, well, the other day, me and Warren were at this very same restaurant. The waiter comes up. Warren's not brave. Now it sounds like maybe I let the waiter disrespect her. Like the waiter came up. What will you have, sir? Very good. Very good. And what about you, slowpoke? Hurry up, lady. Hurry up. And I'm like, you heard him. Hurry up, lady. That's not what happened. It makes it look rough for me. But here's the thing. I'm one of those guys. I like what I like. If I go to a restaurant and I like meatloaf and they have meatloaf and I don't get the meatloaf and I get something else and the something else is horrible, then I'm mad the rest of the meal. I'm that person you don't want to hang out with. Just let me eat what I want to eat. I know myself. What I don't know anymore is where I like to eat. I like my food, but I don't know where it is. So every time we go to a restaurant, I have to look at my wife. Do I like the mashed potatoes here? I do. Okay, I'll get the mashed potatoes and maybe some wings. Hold on. Do I like the wings here? I don't. Are you sure? Can I get double mashed potatoes? I don't know where I like to eat food. We all like what we like. I love ham. Do you love ham, sir? I love ham. It's an actual person. I'm not just pointing to a guy. I love ham. Ladies in the back, do you like ham? Like I can't see your whole face. I'm going to assume you like, I love ham. Thank you. Most people say they like him. Like, here's how much I love him. Let's say I was single, miss with glasses and masks. That's all of them. Let's say you were single also. You agree to go on a date with me. I show up on time. I'm dressed nice. I smell good. In this hand, I've got flowers for you. In this hand, I've got a 25-pound ham. And we go out on the town. We have a good time. We go to dinner. We have Italian. We're talking. We're laughing. Me, you, the ham. We go dancing. I'm kind of bumping up. You're kind of twerking on the ham. It's a good night. We're having a great time. The end of the evening, we're going back to my car. Some dude jumps out of the bushes with a gun and says, give me the ham or the woman. I love ham. Okay, like, I would choose you, but you would be disappointed how long it took me to make that decision. I'd be like, is there a third option? I just met this chick. I've been cooking this ham all night. I like what I like. We have kids in the house. We have kids. I have a 5-year-old and a 14-year-old. And they say you're not supposed to pick favorites amongst your children. But right now, I'd have to say the 5-year-old is currently my favorite, only because he helps me around the house. He helps me find stuff. I don't know. You're a dad? You're a dad? No, he's not a dad. He's like, I've got a mask. Don't talk to me. I'm sorry. As a dad, nobody helps you find something. If you lose something, you're on your own. Okay. But mom, my wife, everybody helps her. She drops an earring. The kid's like, wait, APB, I'll take the west side of the house. Mom lost a hoop. You've seen it before. And you'll see it again, mom. Me, I'm like, can I get some help? That's too bad for yourself. He doesn't put his phone down. So I'm on my own. But the 5-year-old, I was doing a show one time, lost my belt before the show. And I'm like, does anyone see my belt? No one talks to me. The 5-year-old comes up. He goes, hey, Dad, did you lose your belt? And I'm like, yeah, buddy. Do you know where my belt is? He goes, yeah, I know where your belt is. I go, tell Daddy. He goes, no, just come on. Follow me. I'll take you to the belt. I fall for it every time. Every time we do this, we go on this happy little game thing around the house and we get to the same corner and I go, where is my belt, buddy? He goes, what belt? He has no idea. He thinks saying belt means we'll play. I hate that he does that. The only thing I like about this kid being 5 is the fact that he's not 4. Those of you who have children know what that means. When your kid is 4, you still have to wipe their butt to a degree, right? At 4, if you have boys, if girls are quick. Girls don't like the dirtiness on them. They want it off. Boys are like, I could take it. It doesn't bother me so much, right? So he's 4 years old. He comes to me one time and says, hey, Daddy, I got to poop. And I go, well, you know what to do, buddy. You go take care of it. He goes, no, Dad, I need you to come with me.
Recording
I don't want to come with
stopped.
you. Daddy, please come with me. So now he goes in the bathroom. He's like, Dad, could you come in here? I'm like, I'm not coming in. He goes, Dad, your belt's in here. And I thought about it. I'm like, well, I'm wearing my belt. Nice try, buddy. Nice try. This is a true story. He's in there. He's starting to do his thing. He goes, Daddy, are you coming in? I go, I'm not. He goes, in that case, just watch my eyes. Watch my eyes. Have you ever made eye contact with someone dropping a? No, because you're not supposed to. Yes, he doesn't wait for me to say no. He just starts looking right at me. He's 4. Little vein is beginning to pop. He can't take it. He passes out. Comes right back. I can't do this. I can't do this. Where is your mother? You're freaking me out, kid. But I love them. I love the kids. They're great. Here's the fun thing about the little one is I listen to him and I don't know why. When he was 4, he would giggle a lot. If you ever heard a 4-year-old giggle, it sounds evil. It's an evil thing. One day I'm at a stop sign. I can't go straight because his house is in front of me. I can go left or right. That's all I can do. And I hear him going, yeah. I'm like, buddy, are you okay? And he goes, yeah. I go, what are you laughing at? He goes, see that tree? And across the street, there was an elm tree. And I go, yeah, buddy, it's an elm tree. I go, what about it? He goes, let's hit it with the car. But he's 4. You can't explain to a 4-year-old the ramifications, right? So we hit this damn tree. Don't know why I was listening to him. He doesn't know about insurance. He doesn't help with the copay. It was a bad thing. He wasn't allowed to ride with me for a while. Love these kids. He taught me things. They say if you're teaching correctly, kids should teach you things. Here's what he taught me. He taught me about fruit snacks. Clap if you know what fruit snacks are. You've had fruit snacks? When he was born, I had never had fruit snacks. I didn't know the glorious goodness of fruit snacks. They're amazing. I don't know what they put in them, but children love them. Last year, he did my wife's taxes for 2 bags of these things. Don't know what it does in their brain, but it spiced them up. Loves these things. Anybody here know what a Danimal is? Not everybody. One guy, you're my witness. Danimal, it's like this big. It's like a yogurt / smoothie for children. I'd never have them, but I thought, you know what? I pay bills. I'm the man. I'm going to try it. So I take the little thing off. I'm sniffing it. I lift it up. It's just about to touch my lips. Here comes the 4-year-old around the refrigerator, and he sees me, and our eyes lock. And he says, this is a quote, he said, "Those are for our lunches!" And I said, where did you get that gun? Kid pistol whipped me for 20 minutes over fruit snacks. It's good to be a dad, though. It's good to be a dad. I'm rare as a comic because I'm married and I like being married. I usually have to wait because people are like, here comes the other joke. There's no joke. That's it. Like being married. Love my wife. My nickname for her is Wonderful. It's in my phone called Wonderful, right? You get it? No joke? Okay, no joke. Love being married. I have a friend, doesn't like being married. He talks about leaving his wife all the time, usually in front of his wife, right? But he does it in code. He does it in code. They're at our house one night for dinner. And he goes, you know what, man? I'm thinking about getting a new phone. A new phone. You know what I'm saying? A new phone. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're saying. I go, what's wrong with your old phone? He says, too bulky. Yeah, because I want myself one of them new slimmer phones. Them slim phones that let you do whatever you want to do. The apps that let you do whatever you want to do to it. What about you? You want a new phone? I said, heck no. Because I finally figured out what all the buttons on this phone do. Now get me caught up in no new contracts. No, thank you. But here's the thing, in all honesty, he's in his 50s. He's got children, you know, and I keep telling him, I'm trying to hint to him. I go, I don't know if you can afford to break the family plan. If you know what I'm saying, the family, you understand? He goes, yeah, I know what you're saying. You're saying I got to kill that phone. No, it's not. Like, put down the cornbread. You got to leave right now. You got to leave right now. It's crazy. Sometimes I like to play memory games with audiences. See if you guys remember when the government told us 2 weeks. And remember that? Sound familiar? 2 weeks, right? They got us. Right? They got us the same way they get you when you're on a plane and the plane's going to be late. They don't tell you the truth. They tell you, hey, here's the captain speaking. We have some technical difficulties, but I think we'll figure it out in about 20 minutes. Right? Then what happens? An hour and a half later, guy comes back on, hey, here's the captain. We have now identified the problem. We're putting things back together. Probably be gone in about 20 minutes. I watched a show the other day. They do testing on people. 20 minutes is the number they found is the most amount that people can take before they lose it. They've done tests. So they know this when they tell you this. 20 minutes, okay? That's why whenever you go to Olive Garden, right? And they're like, how long is it going to be? And the guy's like, 15 to 20 minutes. And then it becomes a game of Family Feud. Are we going to stay? We're going to pass. We're going to stay. We're going to stay. We're going to stay. Give me breadsticks. Show me breadsticks. They know that. I get it. That's why they can't tell you the truth. They can't really be at the plane and say, hey, we got some difficulty, but don't worry. We'll have it fixed in about 4 hours. What is going on up there? Right? You start freaking out. People are fighting stewardesses and like, get off her. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. What are you doing? They want me to take off. I've reached my contractual obligation, but I do want to say this. I came to Chicago because you guys have Waffle House. That is my favorite place to eat. Some people have never been to Waffle House. If you don't know, it is a small ma and pa chain, small diner style place. I love to eat there, but it is a filthy establishment. For being clear, if it's over 5 years old, the food is great, but it is a filthy, and sometimes you got to bring your own silverware. It's bad, but I love it. My friend works as a waitress at IHOP, so she feels snooty compared to them. She's always telling me, Warren, don't eat there. And I said, why? She said, because the woman who serves you your breakfast there is probably the same person who cleans the toilets there. And at first I was like, ugh. Then I remembered that's how it is at my house. My name is Warren B. Hall. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Warren B. Hall, everybody. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I just want to remind everybody, again, you have till 7:45 to get a raffle ticket for the trip to Maui. Beautiful stay there. It's 1 for $75, 2 for $125. Again, 2 tickets for $125. Please consider it. For those who've already purchased, thank you so very much. And those of you who are about to purchase, thank you so very much. We're so grateful for all the support. Now, I have a chance to introduce our last comic of the evening, Rocky Laporte. Rocky has been absolutely outstanding. He's performed for us in the past, and he was just, we were just thrilled, and he did just such a wonderful job. We asked him to come back, and we're so grateful because he's just an outstanding performer. Rocky's performed on The Tonight Show and Last Comic Standing, and he makes people laugh when he's on tour throughout the U.S. and around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Rocky Laporte.
Another day, folks. Give him a big hand there, huh? And how about Warren? Give Warren and Patty a hand too. Yeah? Yes, come on. There's got to be like 8, 10 people here. Come on, Jack. Got the fake brick wall and behind a real brick wall. This is good. This is going good. Oh, man. I'm trying to fire my agent, but he won't take my calls. I had a crazy week. I had to go to the doctor. Don't you hate going to the doctor? Like every time you go, they make you fill out those stupid forms, right? They're like, who should we notify in case of an emergency? And I'm like, how about the doctor? How about that? There's a good place to start. And they're like, no, we mean like a parent. And I'm like, oh, well, they're probably just going to call the doctor. What are my parents going to do? To go, Mrs. Laporte, your son's been in an accident. And she's like, give him ice cream. He really likes the ice cream. They're asking my mother for medical advice. Like she knows what's going on. They goes, he hemophiliac? It's like, no, we're Italian. That's the stuff they ask you. He goes, you got a big family? I'm like, my dad's kind of fat. Where's this going? Then they always ask you for closest living relative. I'm like, from here or my house? I put 4 miles. They put living. What, did contact one of my dead relatives? Go give him grandpa's old number. Then they ask you, is anything running your family? I'm like, divorce and bad decisions. You can throw broken dreams in there too, Doc. We had this ice storm a couple months ago, and I'm throwing my garbage out, right? My driveway's all covered with ice. So I go out, I throw out the garbage, I go flying on the ice, I come down, I hurt my back pretty bad, and I call up the doctor. You know what he tells me to do? Ice it. I'm like, I just was. I could have just stayed laying in the driveway 3 times a day for 20 minutes. One time I got knocked out. He goes, how long were you knocked out for? I'm like, I don't know. I was knocked out. Who times that? You wake up, you're like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. I don't have the knocked out app on my iPhone 1.
Yep.
It's crazy. Sometimes I don't even know what's wrong with you. I had the stomach flu. He goes, well, there's something going around. I go, I know. It's going around my ass right now. You got something for that. That would be swell. Are we cutting that out, Dan? I slipped. You ever go up there for an exam and then you're sitting in the room naked and he comes in, he's like, put your clothes back on. I'm an eye doctor. Oh, right? If I had $1 every time that happened. Oh my God. I was just in Vegas, and it's wide open again. Everything's open. And my buddy lives out there, and I've been going out there for a long time. I go, hey, show me something different. I want to see something I haven't seen before. You know where he takes me? We went to the Las Vegas Zoo. Yeah, they got like 4 birds and a squirrel. Have you ever been in there? I swear to God. They don't even have good animals. There was like a lizard or something ran by. I'm like, what the hell's that? The guy goes, that's not ours. Yeah. He goes, you see the bird exhibit? I go, yeah, that's a nice duck. A zoo. It was like 2 guys got together and like, hey, I got a dog and you got a bird. Let's have a zoo. Call up Jimmy and tell him to bring his cat. Then they charge you to get in there. It was like $8. Comes out to like $1 an animal. Yeah. I'm not even making this up. Folks, they had I'm looking over there like there's people. They had a sign in the bathroom of the zoo. It said no smoking or eating. Yeah. Who the hell's going to eat in the bathroom of the zoo? Be like, hey, the zoo don't smell bad enough. Let's go have a snack in the John. Whose job is it to go in there and check on that, Like, hey, Jimmy, when you're done washing the duck, go in the bathroom, make sure nobody's eating in there, will you? People are nuts around animals. We always want to get close, you know? Like, you ever see that show When Animals Attack? You ever see that show? They should call it When Stupid People Get Bit. You know that? They do anything to get, the guy's like, hey, honey, I'm going to put ham in my pants or go sip out a lion. Take some pictures. I like the animals, though. You like the animals? No, nobody? Oh, nice. Yeah. Like ham? I think my favorite animal is like shrimp. I'm a huge shrimp fan. I was dating this girl. She liked animals and outdoors. And she always wanted to go camping, you know? She was, let's go camping. We'll sleep outside. And I go, I don't want to sleep outside. That's why I work. So give her that little nugget. Folks, I'm Italian. I don't think my family camps, you know. I thought we went camping one time when I was a kid, but my old man just said we're laying low. So, yeah. Then we're in this cabin. They don't even have showers. And we're hiking for like 3 days. We're all slimy. We can't even take a bath. She goes, hey, let's make love. I'm like, make love? I go, we'll burst into flames. What the hell are you talking about? Make love. We'll start a grease fire, you idiot. She's crazy. I'm glad we broke up. She was real pretty, but she was one of those girls who knew it, you know, like, you know, and every time we got in an argument, she goes, hey, she goes, I was voted the prettiest girl in Rhode Island. I'm like, that's the smallest freaking state. You know, would you beat out like 9 people? It's like saying you're the smartest guy in Walmart, you know? She's an idiot. She fell down an escalator one time. That's not even a funny part. It was going up at the time. Yeah, think about, she rolled in the same spot for like 40 minutes. And we couldn't help because we're all laughing so much, you know? I don't know. I was in Target the other day because I'm making that kind of money now, ladies. I'm in there. I'm talking to this lady. I thought she worked there because she had a red shirt on. What idiot goes into Target with a red shirt on? And she's mad at me. Yeah, she goes, I don't work here. I'm like, hey, you got to dress a little different. Nobody's laughing. Is Target sponsoring this? I like when people think that you work at the store. You ever had that happen? Yeah, that's fun to go along with as a plane flies over. That's fun to go. I like acting like I work there, you know, and it's fun, you know, till the cops show up. This lady thought I worked there, and she was kind of mean, you know, and she was a pretty good size. And she goes, hey, she goes, I need a sports bra. And I'm like, what sport are you going to be playing there, Chief? She beat the crap out of me. Folks, this happens to me like once a month. You ever ask someone if they know someone and then they tell you another name? Yeah. Right? How's that possible? I go, you know Mike Anderson? He goes, I know a Flip Gunderson. Did you hear me say Flip Gunderson? Sometimes they don't even have the right sex. I go, you know Mike Smith? He goes, I know Denise Smith. I go, yeah, that's the guy. You got a plate in your head? What's the matter with you? And folks, you're going to have kids, don't give them weird names. Then they do weird stuff, you know? Like names are important, you know? You know, Hitler, if that guy's name was Chip, none of that stuff would have happened. Who would take a guy like that serious, you know? Chip Hitler. Like all the bad guys are having a meeting and they're like, guess who wants to be our leader? And they're like, who? They're like, friggin' Chip. And they're like, what? Little Chip with the mustache? You gotta have a good name. That's like my brother. They're married like 10 years and they ain't got no kids. And he goes, we're having one kid and we're calling it quits. I'm like, that's the stupidest name I've ever heard. Right? It's not even Italian. People meet me, they go, that's your name? Your name's Rocky? And I go, yeah. And they go, I got a dog named Rocky. That's nice. I don't know. I tried to start working out during COVID, you know. Then you ever like start working out, then you get real sore, and then you lay off for like 2 years. You ever do that? The guy's like, exercise, you'll feel better. I'm like, I feel better when I'm laying down eating Cheetos. That's when I'm in my zone, Jack. I think I ate too much. You ever eat so much you start sweating, and then you go, I better have some ice cream and cool off. You ever had that happen to you? Yeah, just show of hands. It's hard working out though, ain't it? It's just, you ever go in the gym and look around and like just start crying? Do you ever do that? There's a sign in my gym that says go heavy or go home, and I went home. I swear to God, I like my home. I got snacks there. And they always go, join the gym. It's only $30 a month. I'm like, who the hell is going to work out for a month? You know? I'm like, how much is it for like 20 minutes? Then when you join the gym, what do they always ask you? Hey, what are your goals? Like, what are your goals? You're like, I'd like to be able to button my pants. That would be nice. Without asking other people for help. I don't know. There's got to be some perks to getting older. You know, that's what I was trying to think about. There's got to be like something good about it, you know? I was thinking, I think you can get away with more stuff when you're older. You know that? Yeah. Say you're like 80, right? And you want to run your friends over with your car. You do that when you're young, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. Well, if you're 80, you're like, he hit the gas instead of the brake. They do it every week in Florida. You ever see those lunatics down there? My grandpa's 91. He still drives. He goes, I don't have to be tested for 2 years. I'm like, they should test you every Wednesday. What are you talking about? 2 years. And they always have, you ever get sick around an old person and they give you like home remedies? You're like, I got a sore throat. They're like, drink some gas. You're like, what? Out of your mind? I don't know. I turned 50 like 3-4 years ago. And all my friends are like, Rock, you don't seem that old. And I'm like, that's because I read at a 3rd grade level. Yeah, it keeps me young, you know. I didn't do good in school. I'm not even making this up. One time I bring my report card home. I go, hey, Pop, I got a B in reading. He's like, that's a D, you idiot. Who knew? I'm not even making it. One time I got an F minus. Do you believe that? That's hard to do. It's like you failed and then some. My teacher goes, I think you have trouble comprehending. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. And I remember my mother, she always used to try and make me and my brother wear turtlenecks to school. You remember those stupid things? Like, how am I supposed to meet chicks wearing a turtleneck? She's not supposed to meet chicks. You're in 5th grade. I go, no, but I'm going to be 16 in a few weeks. You know? I had my permit and stuff. Then they always go, if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? I'm like, if I was wearing a turtleneck, probably. How about, were you ever crying when you were a kid and then your parents go, hey, they go, I'll give you something to cry about. Right? And you're like, I currently have something that I'm crying about, but if I need any further assistance, whom shall I notify? Then right before they're going to smack you, they go, this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. I'm like, well, listen then, why don't we just call this whole thing off? Let's not be hasty. You know, it's so funny. Every time when I was a kid and I got in trouble, my dad, he would always go, who told you to do that? Not why did you do that? He said, who told you to do that? He didn't think I was smart enough to come up with a bad idea on my own. Yeah, he thought I needed outside help to do stupid stuff. Folks, you ever talk to somebody and their breath so bad you can't even pay attention to what they're saying? You're trying to figure out what they ate. Oh, what do you eat, a moose or something like that? And they never want any gum, or you go, hey, you want some gum? And they're like, no. And you're like, oh, crap. Would you mind if I shove some up my nose? Would that be okay? Then you ever try to give them a hint? Hey, you want to have some fun? Let's go brush our teeth. Folks, listen, thanks for having us, and please come out, support the kids, and thank you for supporting this cause, and thank you for everybody, and thanks for having me here. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Rocky Laporte, everybody. It's absolutely fantastic. We've had some incredible comedians tonight, and now we're going to do the raffle. And so I'm going to call up, we have a whole plan here, which I obviously am not entirely privy to everything, but we're going to pick the winner of the raffle. And so this is very exciting. I'm going to try to, I don't know if you, Patti Vasquez, and thank you so much for everyone tonight. Thank you to you
My
and
pleasure.
Warren B. Hall and Rocky Laporte. Give them another round of applause. Great comedians. And so, again, grand prize raffle. It's a 4-night stay. Thank you so much. In Maui. And it's at a wonderful hotel. Maui, I don't know if you know this, I think it's in Hawaii. But we're gonna pick, and then we're gonna have the winner.
Do you want a bracelet?
I'd love it.
I think you look great in a bracelet.
Thank you so
Pick it
much.
up just
Thank
for
you.
you.
There
Yeah,
you go.
so-
Thank you.
Feeling very.
Thank you so much. Thank
Okay.
you.
Here we go. All right.
Yes.
I'll hold it. You pick one in there. You
Shake
pick
it
the
up.
winner. Yes. All right. I'll swirl it around. You
Okay,
pick it.
yeah.
You pick it.
What would you
Look
prefer?
at it. You pick it.
You'll pick it?
Yeah.
I'm picking.
That way you get blamed for all the people who are mad.
Okay.
Why
Well,
did you
that's
pick
good.
my name? Pick my name.
Okay. Here we go. The winner is, there you go,
Here you go.
Timothy Brennan.
Yay,
Tim Brennan. Round of applause for Tim Brennan. Tim and Deneen, awesome. Congratulations. 4-night stay and, like this. Thank you. I've never done that before. It's the first time. Thank you so much. This was a wonderful night, everybody. Thank you, Patti.
Thank you.
Again, thank you, Patti, Warren B. Hall, Rocky Laporte. We've done this event every year for the past 4 years, and this is the most successful event. I know the comedians are typically used to performing in front of a lot of people, but I have to tell you, tonight was our most successful night ever. We raised $26,631.38. So just an absolutely outstanding night. Yes, yes. And it's we talk oftentimes at Kids Above All that laughter is a great way to just to enjoy yourself, and also a great vehicle for healing. And it's just a way of giving people a chance to just have a light night because our work is very serious. And what we do each and every day at Kids Above All, it's no laughing matter what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve. And it's no laughing matter what kids suffer through in our state, in communities, in our cities. They've suffered too much when it comes to poverty, too much when it comes to violence, too much when it comes to racial injustice, too much when it comes to the trauma that they've endured. And Kids Above All, we create an opportunity and services that we provide to make sure that they are able to have the best life possible, which they deserve. Because we believe that all kids, regardless of what they look like, regardless of where they come from, deserve the same opportunity to achieve their full potential in life. And that's what you're enabling to happen today. And that's what your support is giving us every opportunity to achieve. So thank you to you for participating tonight. Thank you to our comedians again, to Patti Vasquez, Warren B. Hall, and Rocky Laporte. We'll be back here next year, and we'll be back here with a bigger crowd and just a great way to interact in person. But tonight, again, we've proven that irrespective of what's going on, regardless of the circumstance, it doesn't matter. People are going to show up. We've had our most successful comedy night ever, $26,000. Thank you to all of you. Have a wonderful night. And remember, kids above all. Thank you.